Melissa asked me to show you guys how to bone and roll a turkey breast. She said people are interested in baking their own turkey for sandwich meat. First off, if it's not available at your grocery store, most full-service butcher meat departments, I guess, will offer that if you ask them to bone and roll that. If your grocery store doesn't offer it, or you just like to do it yourself like we do, here's the basics of it. First thing you're going to need is a boning knife. Basically straight blade, short, something you feel comfortable handling, and sharp. You want it to be sharp so that you don't slip on anything. Alright, getting started, you take out your turkey breast, turn it over. What we're going to do is take the breastbone, and there's part of a wing bone in here. We're going to remove that out, roll this up, tie it together. Starting out, you just want to find the top of that breastbone, follow it closely along, cutting away any silver skin or gristle that you might find. You want to leave as much meat on the breast as you can. So getting in there, you can feel your way along. And it begins to separate. It is connected to, if I can find it in here, a joint that becomes part of the, I guess, wing. You're going to want to try to cut through here. Be careful. It is a little bit tricky in there. Bend it to break it, as you can see I'm doing there. Work at pressure and a little bit of pressure with the knife, counter pressure with the hand will cause that to break away. Finish trimming away the rest of the rib cage along the breast down to the spine. So we get this away with minimal meat left on the bones. You can either throw the bones away, save them, soup. Anybody likes to do that? That's kind of what that does. So the main breast is done away. You still have a bone in here that makes up the top part of the wing that we have to remove. You find the top part of that bone, cut down the part of the joint that we just separated. You want to cut down, find the bone, trace along, and you're just going to carve down, find that bone, being careful, feel with your fingers, but always be aware of where your blade is at. Again, we want to leave as much meat on the breast as we can. It may look a little ugly, but don't mind that, because we're going to roll that all together here in a second. Alright, that is done. So, we have a deboned turkey breast. Next thing I do is season my turkey breast. Whatever you like to use is fine. I prefer a simple mixture of garlic, kosher salt, and some sort of pepper. I like to use the hot red pepper. Gives it a little kick. Anything you like. I like to do my own. I can control the amount of salt. Pre-made seasonings sometimes are heavy on the salt. Garlic is great. And then you just sprinkle it on as you see fit. As you sprinkle it on, once you get that set, this on this bottom half, go ahead and just rub it in, making sure that's going to stick, working it into any little areas. Turning it over, I prefer to remove this, separate the skin I should say, because I'm going to remove this once it is done cooking. So I separate the skin back. I'm going to fold this back as we roll it on to help keep moisture in. Again, you just sprinkle whatever seasonings you like on there to give it a little bit of flavor as it cooks. Rub it on. We'll fold the skin back. It'll help. This will help season the actual meat we're going to eat. Keep the moisture in. I do season the skin as well. It helps as the turkey breast cooks. And I go a little heavier on the seasoning on the skin part. That is going to bake off and sit more in the pan as it cooks. Alright, so we're going to roll the turkey breast. We basically fold all this little extra in. We're going to wrap the skin back around. From here, you grab, and it's exactly what it sounds like. You're going to bone and roll. This will all bake together, and as you carve it, any gristle you find that you maybe missed, take that out, or you can cut it out after it cooks. Alright, we'll roll this up. So, we have a bone and rolled turkey breast. To keep that together, the trick is learning a butcher's knot. So, you get some butcher's string, something that you can put in the oven that is not going to catch fire. Start with the string. This is the trickier part. This is what takes a while to learn. It's fairly simple. Run your string around 2 fingers. Cut end that is attached to the roll. I'm right-handed. Good luck for you lefties. So, cut end being towards my thumb. End to the roll out towards the tips of my fingers. Hold it right like that. Give it one twist. And that will allow you to pull that tight. A little half hitch around keeps that knot from backing out. Cut and repeat. So again, end attached to the roll in your hand with your thumb. Cut end, twist, through, and tighten. Sometimes it likes to be tricky. Proper string is key. And when I tie, I prefer to give it one tie lengthwise as well, just to keep this end a little bit neater. Alright, and there it is, boned and rolled. When you're ready, you put that in the, go ahead, transfer that into your baking pan. I always put a little bit of olive oil on, just to help brown it up. Helps with a little bit of the flavor. Rub that on there. And it is ready to bake. Bake to 165 and let it stand. The temperature will raise above that 165 as it stands without over drying. Once it cools, ready to slice.